Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad. I'm a pharmacist and I'm running to represent you in the upcoming federal by-elections for the Battle River Crowfoot riding. Um, so I want to start by thanking God. If it wasn't for my awakening approximately a year ago, I would not be here right now trying to do good. So you can see it probably. Lately things just have not been working out. And honestly, when you look deeper into it looks like there has been an intentional polarization over the years, where there is either the one side or the other side. When us humans, as well as Canadians, Albertans, and the people of the Battle River riding, we're humans. Humans are not one thing or the other. We're not extremes. We're in the middle. We have some of this, we have some of that, and forcing people to choose between one extreme or the other, demonizing others. That is a practice that was, I believe, in my belief, done intentionally to make sure that they can control us, control what we're choosing. They tell us that you're not allowed to talk about God, you're not allowed to talk about politics in your workplace or anywhere else because it's divisive, except it's not. If you're actually trying to find what's right, who's best to help you find your way, rather than the people that your friends, your family members, your neighbors, people that you trust. But they've unfortunately assimilated all of society into this wrong state, where they've moved this away from unity and from centrism into polarization and division, divide and conquer type. So right now, just analyzing the Battle River Crowfoot riding, you will find that the older MP was someone that's from the community, that has done good work for the community. Based on, I have not personally met him, but I have spoken to people and I've heard what they had to say. Has done a lot of good to the community, and that's why the very first time around you all went and you elected him. However, unfortunately, I believe his choice to step down was not the best thing to do. It was not the right thing to do for the community. It might have been the right thing to do for his party, but not for the community for sure. Now, that being said, if you analyze other things that's happening, you'll notice that there are a couple of independents. There's a couple of other members of other parties. Actually, I believe some of the independent members are very promising, and if I was not running, I would have definitely voted for them. But at the same time, it's hard to do things on your own, without a party backing you up, without people supporting you. It's not easy for sure. And then there is the longest ballot group, which has been known to do this, to run 100 candidates just to make the ballot longer. And then I believe it's a way of kind of calling out. So whenever people are scared, whenever people are uneasy, they do those sort of things to show their unease, to show that they're scared of what's to come. And what we're trying to achieve here is to get back to a place where we can all kind of unite and do good together, because in all reality, this is what humans, how the human race was created. Like, we're all created with different biometrics. Your eyes, your fingerprints, each of us have our own. Imagine throughout history, there's no two people that have had similar fingerprints or similar biometrics, and it's the same thing. So communities, countries, Canadians, as well as other people, were supposed to be all united together. They were supposed to be supporting each other in doing what's right. But unfortunately, we have been, moved away from our humanity. They even kind of programmed us to start sacrificing our humanity in lieu of nationalism or whatever they say it is, except that that's not the way it's supposed to be. That being said, what I'm trying to achieve is I am trying to represent your voice. I know your voice is not an extreme voice. It's not, so I'm conservative when it comes to God. I am, NDP when it comes to social aspects of things. It supports, things with the inflation. Things have been getting out of proportion. I've had a chance to speak to a few different members of the community. I've had a chance to speak to, a lot of the farmers, and basically, I understand prices for things have gone up, like your fertilizer, things like that, things that you use, and then on the other side, they're putting a lot more regulations on being able to sell your crops. There's less support available, less groceries and things like that. So I completely understand, and what I cannot promise you that I'm gonna change everything overnight, but what I can promise you is I do have a party to back me up. There is a plan. We have taken the best out of each different party extremes, and we brought them into a central area where we believe in controlling our future for our kids, what our kids learn, being able to practice what you believe in without anyone affecting that. At the same time, we believe that your freedom stops when it starts crossing into my boundaries, into the way I want to educate my kids. So this is a centrist way. This is the way that humans were meant to be. We all have different parts, and in our upbringing, in our belief systems, and this is exactly what we've been seeing as well, like across even different parties. We see a lot of party members now are resigning, just because unfortunately it is unfair for either candidates or for voters to be forced to choose between two polarized extremes. We're supposed to choose someone that truly represents what Canadians are. In other countries, they may have assimilated them or programmed them to become one thing or the other. Take the US, but in Canada, we're not the same. And we've been following the US for too long. We have gone into debt just in following the US, sending our soldiers to war, losing some of our veterans in wars that were not ours to go to, just in support of the US. The US is taking our fuels at a lower cost than a Canadian is paying at the pump. It is just, it's absurd. And then when Trump comes out and says we're another state, we're another state of the US, he's not lying. He's saying it as it is. We are just choosing not to see it. We've been following the US for far too long. Yes, I understand that they have been one of our biggest market, but if the tariffs go through, then they're not. And we need to find different options. We should have found different options a long time ago. Even our relationship to the crown. We're part of the Commonwealth countries, except we're not getting any of the privileges. If you're an Australian, for example, you go to the UK or vice versa, or New Zealand, they have healthcare that covers them for physician visits as well as medications across their countries. We are not benefiting in any way from following the crown. Now, that being said, we as Canadians need to start thinking about ourselves. need to start thinking about Canadians. Canadians have been peacekeepers. We're a multicultural society that is, that it is well built. Hearing those separatist ideas that are coming from different people is horrible. Canadians have never been this way, and it's time to take a step in the right direction. Me by myself, I'm by but one person. With my party, we're a few people, but with your support, we're Canada. It's time for Canada to step away from polarization, from choosing one extreme or the other, from sacrificing some of your beliefs just because you believe that this one polar end is going to be closer or will do less harm, because this is what it's come to. You're choosing one side because you believe it will be less harmful to you than the other side. There's so many Canadians that have met. I've actually collected my own signatures for nominations. I've gone down, spoken to a lot of people, and I had heard what they had to say. A lot of people just don't believe in our political system anymore, which is understandable, because unfortunately they have not seen anything that proves otherwise. And me, from a voter's side, I have voted parties in expecting things to happen, except their promises are not satisfied. They don't actually fulfill their promises, and they don't care to, because they know there are no other options. If you have been voting the one party or the other, you most probably will keep voting the one party or the other. In one time in rebellion, you may choose the other party, but end of day, the one or the other parties do not actually fully support what you believe in. So it's time to find a party that does. It's time to find a party that actually gets the best from each party and represents Canadians, the true Canadian middle center, what we are. I hope I'm able to bring that. I hope that I'm able to bring your voice to strongly defend against certain bills from one party or the other that may not support Canadian values, that go against what we believe in. So I know I've blabbed on, and I'm not gonna take any more of your time. I do hope to meet a few of you over the next few days here prior to the election. But if not, then I do hope that you will give me the chance, because if you choose the one party member or the other, it's not going to make a difference. It's another party member, it's another seat. They already have a lot of seats. We have not seen anything by giving them those seats in the past. We're being used as stepping stones even, for certain individuals to get seats and whatnot. But at the very moment you get a chance to get me in and see what a central way has to do, what the centrist party has to say. Let's stop accepting what they kind of force us into. Let's stop accepting polarization. Let's go back to our Canadian multicultural values, and let's find our middle, our political middle. Thank you so much. Have a great day.